Hello farmers, welcome to this very first edition of a program that I've decided to incorporate with the other already existing episodes on this channel. Tinorimana wadzimanyore. Kurimeiko, some might want to know, we are going to be talking about tobacco production here in Zimbabwe. So just as a brief background, you would know me as a presenter or a producer for our program that you have witnessed on this channel on several occasions, Agribusiness with Wadzanai, or Agribusiness in Support of Vision 2030. I produce these episodes for ZBC TV and also for your consumption. I understand that I also have subscribers who are well out of this country. So I would want to enlighten our audience today. My name is Wadzanai Manyore, as alluded or highlighted on our channel. I have a Bachelor's of Science degree in Agriculture and Natural Resources. I also have a Master's of Science in Agribusiness and an MBA, Masters of Business Administration, majoring in Finance. So you would find that, given my experience in the agricultural fraternity, I was born and raised by a farmer. We do tobacco farming here with my family, and our major crops are tobacco, soybeans, wheat, and potatoes. Also, we do have a bit of livestock, which is cattle and a bit of goats, but mainly we do our cropping here at this farm. So you would find that in Zimbabwe, it's an agro-based country. We also have Zimbabweans living abroad who might be interested into getting into agriculture. So I've decided to have this platform and include episodes that cater for my personal experiences as a farmer. Before being a producer and a presenter on agribusiness, I was a farmer first of all, and farming has been my major source of income. And then I decided to expand and maybe share knowledge with other farmers here in Zimbabwe. So today we are standing in a tobacco crop. As you can see, we have our pivot here, which caters for about 20 hectares. We are already irrigating. This is the other side of the farm. This is the other side of this section of tobacco. We also have sides, and around me there is tobacco as well. But deep down there we have soybean and potatoes, because we made sure that after coming with wheat, you go on with your potatoes and your soybeans. Thank you so much. I'm going to be showing you the other section of the farm. I have moved away from the anchor of our pivot because we are using a generator. We are having severe power cuts, and so we decided to use our generator to ensure that we irrigate. So now most of you might want to know, why are we irrigating and yet we are headed towards ripening, towards senescence? We are reaping this tobacco. I'll be explaining it to you when I get to sit down, because it's a bit difficult and distracting to be recording an entire episode in the field because it's about to rain as well, and generally it's a bit windy, so sometimes I'll have to shout, thinking that you guys are not hearing, or what I'm saying is not audible to you. It's a bit windy and distracting, and that other side there are people working. So I'll go and sit down and enlighten you on why we irrigate, as well as we'll be reaping our tobacco. I'll be educating you on that. I'll be enlightening you rather on that. Now I'm standing in between rows. We always do our tobacco on double ridges. We do double ridging. I'm also going to be telling you why on our farm we opt for double ridges. And just to add more on that, our tobacco, we did bud topping at 18. However, you would find that there is other sections, or there are other crops that are a bit taller than others. Those have 20 leaves. For some reason, when you are working with people, some, don't get to understand what you are saying, or some would do bud topping at 20, as evident on this one, but generally the shorter ones resemble 18 leaves. So I'm going to be enlightening you why we opt for doing our bud topping at 18. The other thing that is evident in this field, it's a clean field. We do not have weeds. Our tobacco is very healthy. We do not have pests. And if you look at the leaves, let me show you the leaves. This leaf, as you can see, and the rest of the crop is headed for mottling. Chikumba checha, not chikumba checha, and that is a sign of maturity, which adds on to the weight of the leaf and also the quality of the leaf. So I'm going to be enlightening you when I get home, or when I get to sit down somewhere where it's not noisy, on why we do our bud topping at 18, how we manage to keep our field weed free, because you would find that some of the weeds inhabit pests and even cause diseases. And the other thing in tobacco production, weeds can lead to early ripening or false ripening if your field is weed infested. So the other thing that I would also want to be talking to you about is how we managed to establish this crop. I'm going to be adding snippets of when we planted this crop. We planted it in September, and all in all we finished planting early October, because we are having 20 plus hectares of irrigated tobacco. This year we didn't do any simadinda where we wait for the rains. We didn't do that. We did only irrigated tobacco. So I'm also going to be telling you why we opt for irrigated tobacco, why we left rain-fed agriculture or rain-fed tobacco, simadinda. I'm going to be telling you on that. And as episodes go on, I'm going to be educating you on sucker removal. Sucker removal itself is a topic that maybe deserves something like 15 minutes if I'm just going to be touching it briefly. It's a very cumbersome topic because you need your field to be sucker free. Then I'm also going to be adding on our curing facilities as we go. I'm going to be taking you through the entire journey: grading, baling, handling, kusunga maduku, the ties, even up to transportation, up to marketing. I'm also going to be including you in that process. So it was a pleasure having you with me today. I'm just going to drive back home to our homestead, sit down and carry on with the rest of the episode. Like I've promised, I'm going to be talking of bud topping, sucker removal, why we do double ridging, how we manage to keep the herbicides mainly, and even I'm going to be mentioning even the sources of our herbicides, because you would find that there are a lot of rent seekers, makoronyera, illicit dealers that are selling farmers over diluted chemicals or expired chemicals or stolen chemicals that they then repackage and dilute and over dilute, and then you would find that my field is still with infested or is still disease infested. So I'm very happy, guys, to be with you today. I'm just going to be adding on some cutaways of the entire field, and I'm also going to add on how we managed to create some waterways. Let me show you. So each section, at the end of each section, each row, we did waterways like this one. I'm going to be telling you how we did them and why we did them. So thank you so much, guys.